If you've been watching anime for a while, I'm sure you've watched anime movies like Your Name, Weathering with You, Suzume, and Garden of Words. Well, you must have at least heard about these movies and heard people say how great those movies are and how stunning they look. A lot of you might have heard of a certain individual by the name of Makoto Shinkai, who is the director behind all of these movies. Makoto Shinkai has become a popular name in the anime world, especially in the last decade after the release of Your Name. Your Name was released in 2016 and was a massive global hit, grossing over $400 million worldwide, becoming Japan's second highest grossing film ever at the time. Still to this day, anime fans around the world argue about Your Name being the best anime movie out there. Even his recent films like Weathering with You and Suzume were also major box office success, grossing over 193 million and $314 million worldwide respectively. But looking at Your Name and the movies that came after it, you most probably have also been able to identify a common pattern. All of these movies are about romance between two people. They all have some sort of natural calamity involved that adds an element of fantasy, and they all have happy endings even though the adversities they face seems impossible to overcome. You could say that's not anything unusual. I mean, directors often develop their own style that stays with them for their entire career. But way too many things are similar in these movies, even beyond just style. The entire idea, the plot, how the plot progresses, the ending are all almost identical. All this kind of points towards the fact that Makoto Shinkai saw the overwhelming success and reception that Your Name received and found his golden formula. And he has stuck with that formula ever since as his recipe of success. And understandably so, I mean, this formula has never betrayed him and has worked perfectly ever since. But if I'm being honest, I personally am not the biggest fan of this formula. And I was really scared to make this video because it is always scary when you put out your opinion that goes against the majority on the internet. Now, I have watched all of these movies and have enjoyed them, some more than the others, obviously, and I can in no way say that these movies are bad by any means. And it's also hard to deny the fact that Makoto Shinkai definitely deserved the success he got. But maybe because I like romance stories that are more drowned in reality and feel more authentic, or maybe because this formula is becoming kind of repetitive at this point, that I just couldn't completely fall in love with these works of his. But there is one work of his which came out a long time ago before he found this golden formula that stuck with me. A story that's so much different from any of his current works. A story showcasing the harsh reality of romance. And that story is 5 centimeters per second. You know, any creator starts their career by throwing darts in the dark. The darts represent various ideas that they have, each different from the other as they try to see which one sticks with the audience. 5 centimeters per second was one of those darts thrown by Makoto Shinkai in the dark. It was released in 2007 and was a contrast to everything Shinkai films have gained popularity for in the recent years. It had a subtler way of illustrating characters' emotions, a slower, milder, and more realistic approach to telling the story. It didn't dabble in supernatural and instead focused on authenticity. A movie that stands so far apart from all the other super popular Shinkai films, and yet somehow that is the one that moved me the most. This movie tells the story about how life often does not allow us to be with that one person that we cherish the most. Our lives takes us in different directions. People who never wanted to get separated drifts far away due to their circumstances. You might be able to communicate with them for a while and even meet them a few times, but slowly and surely, the flow of time and the busyness of your life creates a distance that you cannot overcome, that only becomes greater as the years go by. You get involved in newer things, newer hobbies, newer relationships, and new friendships, and time slowly fades your memory. You still feel you are missing something in your heart. You are trying to reach someone from your distant past, but you have to move on with your life. burying that feeling deep inside. And that person has also moved on in their life. They found a different place of happiness and they have embraced it. And you come to the harsh realization that you have to let that memory of the distant past fade, no matter how painful it is, and have to search for your own happiness with the people you have around you now. It is a story that doesn't rely on the supernatural element to amaze you. It doesn't need big twists, larger than life stakes, or happy endings to make you invested. It affects you deeply because it shows you the truth that a lot of people face in the real world and something that might happen to you too one day. It is the most authentic Makoto Shinkai has ever been. It feels like Shinkai being honest and telling a tale without any tropes or tricks, and in the process providing a melancholic peace that will grab you and stay with you. I know I'm in the sheer minority when I say this, but this is my favorite Shinkai film, and I hope he is willing to abandon that same old formula and again make something that is different and honest, and something that's drenched in reality and authenticity. Thanks for watching, like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and see you next time.